Hello everyone. Today we will discuss some multiple choice questions of chapter Motion of class 9. Okay, so today let's practice some of the questions of the chapter Motion. Let's start with the first question. Which physical quantity is expressed in the unit meter per second square? So they have given us with the unit. Now we have to find out the physical quantity. So let's say if it is velocity, then what is the unit for velocity? We know that velocity of an object is equal to displacement upon time taken. The unit for displacement is meter and the unit for time taken is second. So it becomes meter per second. So it's not meter per second square. So this option A cannot be the correct answer. Next, acceleration. Let's see, the formula for acceleration is change in velocity means final velocity of an object minus initial velocity upon time taken. So what will be the unit for change in velocity? Change in velocity will be the same, will have the same unit as velocity. So it will be meter per second. Okay. Then for time taken, the unit will be second. So it becomes meter per second square. So meter per second square, this is the unit which is given in the question. So acceleration becomes the correct answer. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following distance time graphs represent uniformly accelerated motion? We have to find out that which graph represent uniformly accelerated motion. So for uniform acceleration, or we can say for acceleration graphs, we need for representing acceleration, we need velocity time graph. So they must be the velocity time graphs. All of these options, they must be the velocity time graph. So what is happening in the first case? Velocity is constant. Velocity is constant, or velocity is not changing with change in time. But we are talking about uniformly accelerated motion, means velocity is velocity is changing with equal interval of time. So this cannot be the correct option because here the velocity is constant. Next we say that velocity is decreasing, or we say that the speed of this object is decreasing with respect to time. So this cannot be the correct answer. Next one, again what we see here, velocity is increasing with respect to time, and velocity is increasing uniformly with respect to time. Equal velocity is increasing in equal interval of time. So, and this is also a straight line graph. So this will be the correct answer of, means this graph represents uniformly accelerated motion. Yes. Now the third question, a car travels the first half of its journey with speed of 40 km per hour and the next half with a speed of 60 km per hour. What is the average speed of the car? Okay. So for finding out the average speed, we know the formula for finding out the average speed is average, V average is equal to V twice of V1 into V2 upon V1 plus V2. When the distance is traveled, when half of it, means half of the distance is traveled with 40 km per hour and next half of the distance is traveled with speed of 60 km per hour, then we can find out the average velocity with this formula. So here V1 is 40 km per hour and V2 is 60 km per hour. So twice of 40 into 60 upon V1 plus V2 means 40 plus 60. Let's solve this. It becomes 2 into 40 into 60 upon 40 plus 60 is 100. 0 and 0, these get cancelled. 2 4s are 8. 8 5 40, 8 6 are 48. So it becomes 48 kilometer per hour. So yes, here it is option A. Option A will be the correct answer. Next, what does the area under the velocity time graph represent? They are asking if we are drawing the velocity time graph. Let's say this is a velocity time graph. Okay, let's say this is the graph, velocity time graph. So they are asking if we are taking the area under this graph. For example, if I say T1 to T2, then what this graph represents. So here we know what does the area under this graph represent. Okay, the shaded portion. So we know very well that velocity is equal to displacement upon time taken. We know if we cross multiply, so it becomes displacement is equal to velocity into time. So here is the answer, that velocity multiplied with time, it becomes displacement. So the we know the area of the rectangle. Area of rectangle is always length into breadth, and here we can see that this rectangle, for example, if it is A, B, C, D, so the area of this rectangle ABCD will be equal to AB into BC, length into breadth. And here AB is velocity and BC is time taken, means T2 minus here AB is time taken, means it is T2 minus T1, or we can also say AB is equal to DC. So it is T2 minus T1 is time taken, and BC is velocity. So velocity multiplied by time. So it represents what? It represents displacement. So option C will be the correct answer. Now next question, if the displacement of an object is proportional to square of time, then the object moves with. अब क्या पूछ रहे हैं बेटा? ये कह रहे हैं कि if the displacement means S is proportional to the square of time means T square, then the object moves with. So what can be the possibility? Yes, of course beta, we know that if the displacement is proportional to the square of time, means of course it will be secant square, and secant square is only possible in acceleration. We have found out the unit. Yes, in question 1, that meter per second square means time square is there in the acceleration. So it will represent uniform acceleration. Option A will be the correct answer. Next, sixth one, which of the following can sometimes be zero for a moving body? So what can be zero for a moving body? If a body is moving, of course, distance cannot be zero. Distance traveled by the body can never be zero. Average speed can also never be zero, because speed depends on distance. As the speed depends on distance, it cannot be zero. Then what about displacement? Of course, displacement can be zero if the initial and final position of the object is same. So it can be zero. And as velocity depends on displacement, this can also be zero. So option 1 and 4 will be correct, means here they can be zero for a moving body. So option 1 and 4, they are given in option number C. Yes. So C will be the correct answer. Next, when a car driver traveling at a speed of 10 meters per second applies brakes and brings the car to rest in 20 seconds, then the retardation will be. So they are asking for the retardation. Okay, so let's solve it. Here, the driver is traveling at a speed of 10 meters per second. So U is equal to 10 meters per second, and final applies brakes and brings the car to rest, means final velocity is equal to 0, and it is done in, so the time taken to bring the change is 20 seconds. So it is 20 seconds. Fine. So we can find out the retardation as acceleration is equal to v minus u upon t, means change in velocity upon time taken. So change in velocity is 0 minus 10, means final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken, that is 20. So minus 10 upon 20, 0 0 get cancelled, it becomes 0.5 meter per second square. And minus, it will include minus. Okay, so as retardation term is already given in the question, so it will be 0.5 meter per second square. Okay, so option C will be the correct answer. Next one, in which of the following cases of motions the distance moved and the magnitude of the displacement are equal? Means distance and displacement can be same in, like if the car is moving on a straight road, or if the car is moving in circular path, the pendulum is moving to and fro, or the earth is moving around the sun. So of course we know that these are the examples of, this is circular motion, this is to and fro motion, means this is motion of the pendulum. Okay, the motion of the earth, so this is also circular motion. So this can be 0 because the displacement can be 0 here, initial and final position can be 0, but when the car is moving on a straight road, of course distance and displacement can be same. So option A will be the correct answer. Next one, two cars A and B are moving on a level straight road. The distance time graphs are shown in the figure. So two cars A and B, they are moving, their distance time graph is given here. They are asking for the correct statement. So the first is, let's see the statements. The first statement is both cars have same speed. Okay, D is missing here. Both cars have same speed. So yes, we can predict from the graph itself that cars cannot have the same speed. As we can say, if we draw like distance, this at a particular time, if we draw lines like, say if time at time t they are having they are covering different distance, they are covering different distance, means object b it is covering let's say it is x1, and object b is covering x2, so they are covering different distance, so of course they cannot have the same speed. Then a is faster than b, a is faster than b, a is covering more distance as compared to b at in the same time interval, so of course a will be faster than b, so this will be the correct answer. Okay, next is an object travels 40 meter in 5 seconds and then another 80 meter in 5 seconds. What is the average speed of the object? So here we are provided with the distance and time, two distances and two intervals of time. So we can find out the average speed. The formula for average speed is total distance covered divided by total time taken. Total distance divided by total time taken. So here total distance covered is 40 meter plus 80 meter, means 40 plus 80, and total time taken is 5 seconds plus 5 seconds. So here 5 plus 5. We can solve this. 40 plus 80, it's 120, divided by 5 plus 5, it's 10, 0 0 get cancelled, so it becomes 12 meter per second. So option A, here it is, it will be the correct answer. Thank you everyone.